So this is the problem that I'm going to solve now. So the problem name is maximum number of vowels in a substring of given length. So first we just see the problem statement. So the problem statement is like, given a string s and an integer k, written the maximum number of vowels letter in any substring of s with a length k. So the problem is very straightforward. It's not a complex one. So what they are trying to say is they just give a string as well as k value. We have to split this entire string into possible substring with a length of k. Then we have to find out which particular substring with the size of k holds a maximum number of vowels. That's all. We just want to return the count of the particular substring which holds maximum vowels. So that's all. We don't have to return the exact substring. So here you can clearly see these three examples. We just took the example one. I have a string of a, b, c, I, d, e, f, then k equal to 3. Now what I'm exactly do is I'm just split this entire string into different substring with a size of 3. Then I need to find out which particular substring with a size of 3 holds maximum number of vowels. Then I need to return the particular count. That's all. So here the constraint is like the length is like 1 to 10 power 5, which is fine. Then after also they just say that the string holds only the lowercase letter. There is no any uppercase one. At the same time, k value is like 1 to s dot length. It is equivalent to the string length. So now we just directly jump to the problem. So first I'm just do the brute force approach so that we can able to understand the problem even better. Once we complete the brute force approach, we just move for this optimized one. In optimized approach, we just use a concept of sliding window. So first we just do the brute force approach. In brute force approach, what I'm trying to do is I'm just split this entire string into possible substring with the size of k. Then once if in case I find any vowels in the particular substring, then I'll just take a count of it and just and then I just store this count into my array list. Then finally at this end of this operation, I'm just get this maximum value in my array list. That's all. It is as simple as that. So further I'm just create one array list to store my result. And I'm just create one asset to store the vowels letter. Now what I'm actually do is I'm just traverse an array from 0 to length minus k. So the reason why I'm just put length minus k is like a so the reason why I'm put length minus k is I don't want to get the exceptional error like a string out of the bound error. So the reason is I'm using the inner for loop. So that is the reason why I'm just put minus k. So my j starts from I that ends with I plus k. Because so the reason why I'm just put I plus k is I want for each substring I need to move further of 3 index. So that is the reason I'm just put I plus k. Now if in case I found any kind of vowels in my substring, then I'm just take count of it. So before that I need to create the particular variable. Now once I get the count, I'm just store the count into my array list, which is our result. Once I complete the operations for single substring, I need to make it as a 0, so that I need to do this operation from the scratch. Now finally I just get the maximum value that I have in my array list. Yeah, it's perfectly working, but it's not a right, like it's not the optimized one. So obviously we get the time exit error in this particular method, so that we can able to do this exact problem with a sliding window. So for that same we have to create one asset to store the vowels letter. Now what we actually do is first we create a two variable to get the count. First is a vowel count, or otherwise we just make it as a current count, then after max count. Now what we actually do is in sliding window, first we have to find the maximum number of vowels that I have in my first slide. First slide in the sense it starts with a 0 to the k value. So this is my first slide. So find the max vowel count in my first slide. So now what we actually do is we just get that if in case I found any vowels in it, I'm just get the count. Now what I'm actually do is I'm just assign this particular count value to my max count. So the reason is I assume that as of now this is my maximum count. So once we find this first slide, then we have to move for the remaining slides. So for that I'm just create another for loop that start with k. So the reason why I start this particular for loop from the k is we already find the first slide, right, from 0 to k. So that is the reason I'm just start with the k. So it ends with s dot length. Now here what we actually do is we have to find that what we actually do is we have to find the particular before that I'm just do the I'm just write the particular concept. So the reason why I'm just check the I minus k is that is a particular value that get out of the slidings, right? Because we already find the first slide. Now we have to move the second slide. So in order to move the second slide, we have to omit the remaining elements which was already found in a first slide. So I minus k is already founded in a first slide. Here we already find the I minus k. So that is the reason we have to check that before omit the particular index. We have to check that if it is a vowel or not. If it is a vowel, then I need to minus my count 1. Then I'm just do the same condition for the actual index, that is from k to length, which is as usual k, because that is a start from k to length. So it actually moves from we already find the first slide, then it actually move to the second slide, third slide simultaneously, like not simultaneously, one by one. So finally we just have to find out which particular subarray will have the more number of vowels, so that I just make that. So now finally we just return the maximum count. So yeah, it's perfectly working. So before that I just want to explain this again. So first we just find the first slide. So in first slide we just get the maximum vowel that we have. Then also we assume that that is our maximum count as of now. Then this particular for loop is for like 1 minute. This is for the remaining slides. So this remaining slides is actually what actually happens inside this for loop is before omitting the last value, like before omitting the index that was already finded, we have to check the index if it is a vowel or not. If it is a vowel, we have to make it as we have to minus our count from the current value. If it is not a vowel, we don't have to do anything. So that is why I have to do that. Then after it is an as usual, it was actually traversed from k to length. That's all. So now we just try to submit this problem. Yeah, it's perfectly working.